A little brisk out this morning. Oh, it's chilly. We had a little bit of frost. Notice on the roofs this morning on the shop and stuff, the water was running off. Hey, one thing I noticed a lot lately, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I've noticed a lot of guys just pulling their dipstick out of their tractor, looking at it, putting it right back in. This is an example. I always pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, put it back in, pull it out, check it. And this is probably an example why, and I hope there ain't an issue here today. If you look at this dipstick, there is oil all the way up here. The tractor's been sitting for almost 7 hours. So if I pulled that out, I'm thinking, hey, she's full, but I'm gonna wipe her off. My full mark is right between these two lines, if you can see that. So I'm gonna stick it back in, pull it out. I'm actually gonna have to put a little bit of engine oil in it this morning, but I'm just a little below the ad. I am on a side hill. I might be down just a little. But I've seen that a lot lately on different videos where I've seen the guys get out of their pickup, go up, pull the dipstick out, they look, put it right back in. Oh, let's see, we're gonna get things started here in a minute, but I gotta go get a little engine oil put in here quick. We're gonna put just a little bit of engine oil in it. This tractor really doesn't use any, but we've been covering a lot of ground lately. Half a gallon of oil it's gonna need, and then let's see if we can get her in there without making a mess. And then I end up pulling the dipstick again. We'll wipe her off a little on the tire first, and then we'll clean her with a glove. If you don't have a glove, turn your pants inside out so your mom don't see it. Oh, it's always hard in the morning. You come out here, like I said, it's a little brisk right now. Wish the cab heater was on, tractor was warm. Oh yeah, we're good now. We are good. We'll give you a little 30 seconds or whatever of just enjoying the sound of diesel engine starting on a cooler morning. It always brings back memories when I was just a little grasshopper boy going out. I always loved it fall time, start the engine, and you could just smell that diesel smell on these engines. Just exhaust, it kind of smelled good, crazy, don't know. But it was always fun just to watch the up top of the exhaust pipe, that black pipe sticking up, the little flabber go chee 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 chee. All right, let's hope she starts. And then as she warms up, the engine just starts to purr. We're gonna have to, I got a couple seed boxes low here. I don't have a lot left in this field, so I'm kind of hoping we can keep it with the same number that we're planting. Otherwise, if I change to another number, the last 2 rounds or something might be a whole different maturity. May not be ready for a week after this is ready, who knows. Look in there, it's about empty. So I got some boxes here with a lot more seed. So we are going to rob Paul to pay Susan. And I don't know if you guys ever heard that story where Paul had all kinds of food on his plate and Susan, she hardly had any, and when Paul wasn't looking, she ran over and stole from him. That's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna steal some seed from one box, put in another box. Everything's got fed. Kind of a little hassle, but it's all right. You know, when I was little, there really wasn't a whole lot of cab tractors out yet. They were just kind of coming out more and more. So this tractor here is a 1980. When it came out, it was a Cadillac. You know, everybody's like, wow, we got a cab, it's tight. These are really nice little cabs. They ain't very big. Now you get in these new tractors and it's like, how many people can I get in here? I'm not complaining. I like this tractor, and like I said, it brings back a lot of memories from when I was a little boy. And that's what I kind of like, thinking about little things when I was a little kid, how I started out driving on my dad's lap or my uncle's. Ugh. Okay, let's get Mr. Ag Leader started this morning. Hey, Ag Leader, wake up, buddy. All right, check that we take all responsibility. I don't know what we're talking about here. Yeah, it sounds good to me. All right, it's gonna load up, Yeehaw! Turn on the PTO to warm up the old oil. Alright guys, we'll get this field started and see how things are running here. Looks like we're going to meet Zach here at the corner, so we should be able to make this work. There he goes. Poor Zach. He's back there running the reel disc. There's enough moisture in spots or spinning baskets. Now and then they're plugging up with some dirt, and it's nerve-wracking when you got to get in and out, take a spade and try to clean them. So I feel bad for Zach on that, because I know it is no fun. The bad news is we got to get out, fill up the planter with seed again. We are out. Good news is he gets you out, moves around, stretches the back. I was getting a little bit stiff-backed yesterday. My back was just getting stiff, and went to bedish last night, and I was getting sore. So when I woke up this morning, I had the soreness in the back of the backdish. And moving around today, getting around and doing different things, it's helped a lot. So I figured get out, stretch, put some seed in this thing. We're in a good spot. It wasn't quite outish, but I figured just before we get over the hill and run out and then have to make a special trip back up, we are going to fill up now. All right, let's jump out. Let's be careful so we don't follow the tractor and fluster our noses. Roman, he brought me out a tenderloin today, so that really hit the spot. I was just starting to get hungry when he came along, so that worked really good. Roman's job is today kind of run around, make sure me and Cooper's planting corn, I'm planting beans, but make sure we both have plenty of seed. Like I told Roman, you might think that's a job that isn't very important, but kind of being the guinea pig man is actually a bigger job than you think. You're kind of jumping here, jumping there. One guy calls and you think, oh my God, now the next guy. One bad thing, it takes time to fill all these boxes. I actually had more seed in here than I thought. Ha ha! Dusty! Dusty! Hey, that's a pretty good name though, Dusty. Guess I could have came a little bit closer than when I'm backing up. But then if I came too close and hit Cooper's truck or something, well, aren't you paying attention, Dad? Pretty good chance I wasn't if I hit your truck, son. Gotta have a little fun out here, you go crazy! Looks like we're gonna have to open the front one, which will be about 50 bags in there. I wasn't planning on running out of seed that quick. I'm not sure what happened or why, but it was kind of a trap waiting. The back box was plumb full. I emptied it off. I go to the front box. I got 3 or 4 bushels out. 3 of these boxes I filled up, and I ran out of seed. I don't know why that got put back on. Seed bean company, let's say we ordered 90 bags and they couldn't get the last 4 in this or something. Not sure, but it would have been nice if they would have just put it in bags, because now this cost me probably about an hour, maybe more on time, because now I'll have to run up, take them off, put another one on, come back out here field, finish filling the planter, where if I would have had enough to fill me back up, then Roman would have came, got things refilled up. So part of the game, but just kind of frustrating, and maybe it's something we did. I don't know. I should go up there, I guess, and see what the ticket says. I don't see it. I don't know. I have to have, I don't know. I guess we got the mystery figured out on the lost beans. One of the nights when I was out planting beans on one of the farms, it's the same number that we're planting here. Well, I was just about out with the planter and they had me just spoon feed it. So then they loaded that pallet up today on here and didn't realize that was the one with very few beans in it. Got it figured out because I was looking at the box. It said it had like 45 units in it. It'd be like 45 bags. Well, there was only 3 or 4 bags in there. So that makes sense. We got that figured out. Makes me feel better. It might have been a little bit of a delay, but you know, that's one thing about a lot of our jobs. Things come and play and we just got to bounce around it. I know Cole right now, it sounds like he's having a little troubles with a sprayer plugging up or something. So you feel kind of, I'm out here planting, trying to keep going. He needs to be spraying. So you don't know if you should stop doing this and go help him. But by the time I get there, hopefully he's going. So it does, it leaves you kind of helpless. One nice thing about not having black interior on these warmer days, shut the engine off for a little bit. Woo, it's sticky in here. All right, let's put this in 3rd gear, get started. Now we can click up to 4th. We'll head back out in the field here. The nice thing is here we can follow the little map, tell me right where to go. This farm that I'm on, we call it the Bush, Hanson, and it used to be a little chunk in the corner, about 30 acres that belonged to my dad. Well, the 30 acres in the back corner used to be an old dirt road along here. You had to go down the dirt road and then pull into this 30-acre field. And then on that 30-acre field, there was a little creek. And on the other side of the creek, we own that also. And that hooks on to where I live. Well, over time, I'm trying to think which chunk. There's the Hanson chunk is in the middle. Well, that hooked up on the other side of the creek also to a chunk of my dad's. There was a little 18-acre patch. So there was about 80 acres total of this Hanson farm. One day I was out in the field and I was actually planting, but I was on the other side of the creek. I get a phone call from a guy. Hey, I inherited that farm. Interested to know if you're interested in buying it. I see in the plat book, and he was from South Carolina, if I remember right. So we talked a little bit, and I'm like, yeah, very interested. It hooks onto my dad's place and everything. And so we talked price and told him we'd take it. Well, then I called the banker and said, hey, we just bought a farm, and hey, I'll get on it. Well, we got that one bought. Then, a long story short, another good neighbor of ours came, and he was kind of going to retire, slow down, whatever. But he had another 80 that actually hooked on to the other 2 farms. And we got a deal worked out where we got that bought. So it was really nice. We got the 80, which there was some on both sides of the creek. Well, now we got the whole mile stretch. We can pull out the fence on our ground and on the other chunk. So really the way it worked out really, really well for us. It's kind of fun sometimes how different things like that play out. Well, right now I'm looking at the ag leader. I got to figure out what pattern Cole has here, so I'm gonna go with east fence. I'm gonna hope that's the one. Let's see here, we can make sure. Hey, we got it. One thing I like about the ag leader, they make it where a guy can understand it. Okay, here we go. Let's get her going. Get her done here. You can see the green is what is planting, but it won't let me cross into what's already been planted, so it will get that looking spruced up. Watch this when we cross the drawway here. Got a little drawway, well, right here. My planter will shut off automatically so I don't plant into it. They have the, see, when it's gray, it's not planting. Then she'll fire back up when we get on the other side here. Here we go. Good job, good job.